You know what? You don't get an intro today. We're just going straight into an episode because I have discovered a trap, and this is kind of embarrassing that I didn't even blunder into this trap. I didn't even see the chest. There was a sign here. It had a layer of sand underneath it that I just broke without even reading the sign because I stepped back onto the server ready to do something about my storage system. I just started sweeping this room out, and there's a trap chest here. And of course, I'd already dug out a layer of sand. I dug down a little bit further, and there's a giant full trap down here with dripstone dug by somebody who clearly has a beacon. And I could do the goofy, we're doing this on camera and it's all scripted thing, and open this chest and the entire floor of sand would break out from underneath me. Haha, wouldn't that be funny? But no! I disagree with this, and here's why. I have been putting a lot of effort into some of the pranks I've been doing on this server. I don't know if you noticed, but I did a raid a little while ago so that I could get some witches to replace somebody's villagers. Somebody tried to start an alliance with me by having me build a giant statue, and instead I built a statue of the thing he hates most in the world, and he probably doesn't want to take it down because it looks quite good. This is not how you kill the Copper King, although thank you for exposing a few veins of copper. I was running a little bit low after building a giant statue of a salmon in Jimmy's base. No, how you kill the Copper King is the way I killed 5 people early on in the server. You invite me to do something wonderful, something amazing, and oh, hi. We have a new empire, by the way. Welcome, Shubble, to the server. As I was saying, I killed 5 people on the server by inviting them on a ridiculous honey block flying machine trip across the void in the end, and you know what? They gave me an elytra after that. Are you serious? And no, I will not be adding another candle to my side of the vigil today, and no, Mythical Sausage can leave all the threatening candles he wants. I'm just going to dye them different colors. We have a new person on the server, though, and that means I need to come up with another color to dye her candle. If you're going to prank me, I want to see something ridiculous. I want to see something that I've never seen done before in Minecraft. I want the prank to literally make my day, and I do not want it to just be a bunch of pillagers who appear to be committing atrocities over there in my flower gardens. But I eat pillager patrols for breakfast. I have them shoot their own captains to death. The Copper King is not someone you trifle with unless you want to die on fire in a pit full of dripstone. What I'm saying is this trap shouldn't have just dropped me into a pit full of dripstone, it should also have set me on fire. Listen folks, you don't make a series called the Minecraft Survival Guide for 3 years without learning a thing or two about surviving. And so I have a message for my fellow empires on the server, a message which I will probably come to regret, but a message I will deliver nonetheless. Do better pranks. Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs. Welcome back to Empires SMP. I need to build a storage room because now mine has a giant hole in the floor. Well, so far this is coming together pretty well. We have a lot of chests and a lot of hoppers in here, but I've got the materials for it, give or take a few more trees I need to regrow, so that is all good. But in the intervening time, another chest has turned up at my base, and this one I'm fairly confident is not trapped. It contains an overgrown cornflower and a book and quill. Let's see. Hello, you've been found with a flower from the overgrown. Please report to House Blossom and offer tribute at the fountain. Once you ask for permission to take, you will be granted to pick any flowers you may need within reason. So tribute at the fountain. Does that mean this flower, or does that mean some other kind of tribute? I don't know what I have that would really count as tribute. I mean, I've got some diamonds, some emeralds, a bit of gold. I'm definitely not giving away my emerald ore, and definitely not giving away the small drip leaf either. But I don't know, we got some gold, maybe a golden apple or something. Or maybe they just want the flower back, I don't know. But either way, I better report to the overgrown and see what's up. Honestly, after all this work on the base, it'll be nice to stretch my legs, and I finally get to test out the elytra that I got from Gemini Tay in the last episode. The Copper King's wings can finally shine above the landscape of Fixandria, and honestly, before we head over there, I want to take one last look at my base from above, because I haven't had this perspective on my base basically all season so far, and I really like how this place looks. The storage build is now the largest thing kind of dominating the skyline here, but either way, it should make traveling over to House Blossom just a little bit faster. Oh, this is kind of exciting. House Blossom has a watchtower now. That's very cool. And, oh, looks like we've got company. I wonder what he's up here doing. Hello?
Hi, what you doing out here?
I received a flower at my base and a mysterious book.
Me too. Me Me too.
Interesting.
I have no idea what's going to go on here.
Me neither.
I'm a little concerned, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I read a book and it was like, bring tribute, and I was like, does that mean this flower? Should I have brought gold? I don't know exactly
Offer
what that's...
tribute. Oh, that's awkward. Do you think this will pass?
I mean,
That's about all I got on me.
yeah, I should have thought, actually. Catherine does kind of like having some heads around, almost as much as you do, actually.
This
so,
was, I don't know who likes tomorrow. This was freshly harvested in the nether on the way over here, because I forgot gold armor, so it's great.
do you know where the fountain is? Because I have no idea.
Me neither. I have absolutely no idea. I'm assuming this tower is going to lead us somewhere to it, though.
Yeah, the tower is looking pretty cool. I saw it from a distance, but... I am curious about what this is. Oh, the Tower of Trust. Well, you and I meeting in front of the Tower of Trust is perhaps not the best thing to happen in this right now.
Hey, you know what? We're fine. We're in Catherine's land. It's fine. A little bit of a temporary safe zone.
Truce. Yeah, I guess this can maybe be.
Truce. There we go. That's a good word.
We're
on
neutral territory, I guess. Right. So. Let's hop down here and see if Catherine is around. Maybe she can lead us to whatever this fountain is.
Hello, donkey. Do you know where Catherine is?
Hello.
Huh? No.
Sheep.
Hello.
Sheep friends. Do you know where Catherine is? I wonder if this creeper knows the directions.
They might have a good idea. They could definitely help out. I do see the death dungeon over here, so I don't know if we want to go in there. I think I see something on the hill.
Ah, okay. There's a whole separate area. Like this kingdom is larger than it was last time I came around.
Yeah, it's a little deceiving.
I mean, there's certainly a lot more water around here. Do you think maybe that's where all of the
We are going to a fountain, so it does make sense.
The water might be coming from there. Oh, and there are little houses everywhere now. Oh my goodness, we're actually stepping into a little village.
The things that are just hidden in the forest of House Blossom, apparently.
Along with several, there's some floating trees in here. I feel.
Hello.
Oh hi.
Are you making fun of my trees?
I mean, I wasn't sure if you're going for like the UFO kind of look.
I just couldn't reach that much, you know.
Just covering the canopy, hiding your village. That's what it's here for.
I was gonna add more leaves to it to pretend like it was meant to be, but you see nothing.
So we both got your book, and we came over to see what the deal was with the fountain. And is this the fountain?
This is the fountain of House Blossom.
The book said to bring tribute, and we weren't entirely certain what that means. We got these flowers.
It could be anything.
Right.
Anything.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's a kind of leave what you
anything?
can, and fWhip immediately offers you a.
What is this?
It's a head.
Ooh, I like heads.
Have you not seen these ones? Look at those guys.
No.
Look, it's got ears.
Anime
Look at the little
girls.
ears on the side.
No, they're anime girls.
The ooh-woos. It's the ooh-woo girl from the nether.
I love that. They drop heads, but I didn't know that they. Okay.
So I brought something a little bit more wholesome. I decided to bring a golden apple. I figured that maybe counted as something.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, well, if both of you would walk up to the fountain and place your offers in the chest, then the overgrown will grant you permission to pick any flowers you want.
All right, you give it the pig head first, and then I'll stuff the apple in the pig head's mouth, and that'll.
Just a full-on feast over here.
Yeah,
Got
basically,
it.
it's a pig
medieval
picking.
Feast.
It's a pig picking.
I don't know if I want to stand right there. I'm a little worried.
Well, it's nice. It's nothing bad.
I mean, this guy.
Just things have happened with chests on this server recently.
Yeah, what do you mean?
This guy
nothing.
I may have found a trap chest at my base earlier that he knows absolutely nothing about. So
nothing.
Are you
nothing.
planting explosives?
Not so much with the
We
explosives.
didn't have any
no.
explosives involved. Come on now.
Okay,
Honestly,
okay.
I might have preferred explosives because it would have helped me dig out my storage room a little bit. But all right, there we go.
I helped you dig out a lot of that.
I mean, yeah, in the wrong direction, but I'm making it work. I'm making it work.
Well, now that is done, I have a question for both of you. While you're here, no pressure or anything, but feel free to consider pledging your loyalty to House Blossom in the newly refurbished Tower of Trust.
Oh, that's what the Tower of Trust is. We thought we just had to like not kill each other while we were here, but no, this is the House Blossom thing.
That's
just,
about as
it's
far as the trust went so far.
An option for you to think about.
How does House Blossom feel about the COD Empire?
Well, we are currently allies with the COD Empire.
Oh, this sounds good to me. This sounds like somebody I want to be friends with.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a little cornered against this tree over here.
Well, I mean, I'm friends with everybody. I don't think I'm currently trying to what's the word? Rivals with people? I don't know. I can't think of words right
Enemies?
now. I'm sick. My brain is broken.
Catherine is so pure she can't even remember the word enemies. Like this is
How does one be
the
mean to
word
another
enemy.
individual?
Oh my god, my brain is broken.
we need to defend Catherine at all costs. She is too pure, and
No, yeah, we can't do it. Nothing wrong can happen to House Blossom. We have to
But
keep
I
Catherine
wanted
safe.
to especially become buddies with Mr. Explodey Potion Boy because I don't want to get on your bad side.
You're safe. Cod Boy, I don't know about Cod Boy.
That's okay.
they're just gonna
Cod Boy's got another thing coming.
just gonna casually sell Jimmy down the river. It's all good. But honestly, like me and Jimmy have an understanding. The understanding may be slightly shaky once he realizes what I've done to his COD statue that I promised to build him. But
Oh no.
yeah, it might look a little bit more like a salmon than he initially thought. But
It's just a slippery salmon. It's fine.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's made out of copper, and that's kind of my whole deal. So I thought he would appreciate that, but we'll see what his reaction is. But either way, yeah, I think maybe I can join up with House Blossom. I appreciate the the vibe around here. It's a little bit more peaceful than
It's a peaceful land.
some people I could
We're
name.
nice here. If you would like to experience true trust, then follow me.
It's an experience as well. This sounds
Oh God.
Sounds like
yeah.
my kind of
Oh,
deal.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Welcome to the Tower of Trust. If you trust me and would like to acquire a brand new official ally, there's a ladder around back that you can climb up. If you want, I can hold on to your armor so you don't lose it, and I'll give it back. I promise.
X is really just going for it. Oh,
I
He's
mean,
really.
yeah. I'm into
He's
it.
already up there.
Let's go. So is this literally like this is it? This is a trust fall exercise. Is what we're doing
This
right
is
now.
a
This
trust
is
fall. You will die. Just letting you know.
Oh, well-
Unless you don't take your armor off. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe you'll survive.
I think
then
I'm-
you could just do it again.
I think I'm good. I think I got this. I mean, I survived a full trap made by this devious mastermind over here.
Hey, trust, right?
I feel like I can do anything right now. Here we go.
Okay. Die.
I'm good. I think I'm good. I've survived. Trust. Eternal trust.
Wow. He's avoided the head giving ceremony.
I knew it. House Blossom is as peaceful as we thought.
If I crouch behind this block, does it look like you've got my head? Like
No.
if it's just my head over here.
It only half counts.
How about now?
No. Are you running from your obligation to House Blossom?
Obligation. I jumped off the tower.
Is that the wrong
I
word?
gave an offering.
We've already proven that I don't know
He didn't
vocabulary.
die. He didn't die. You didn't kill him.
Well, yeah, he didn't earn it yet either yet.
You got.
What are you doing up there now? Have you changed your mind?
I'm exploring the options.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
No.
Oh, see?
Trust.
No.
He
You're
trusts
no.
fell.
You are disrespecting the tower.
Catherine,
of
you're
trust.
making a lot of rules
No,
up as we're
no,
going
no,
here for somebody who we're supposed to
no.
be trusting.
No.
I
The rule is you jump, you die. I kill you. I get your head. I fall. You kill me.
So we jump,
you
we
get my
die,
head.
and then you kill us, so we die a second time.
No. You jump. You take fall
Hey,
damage.
Hicks,
I
how
kill
many
you.
candles do you have at your vigil? Because it sounds like we need a lot to go through this.
I've actually received a shipment of a few more recently from an anonymous benefactor who was very keen
Oh,
on me
very
having
nice,
a
very
lot
nice.
of plain candles for some reason.
Do not. What are you doing with that?
Nothing.
I am not Jimmy. You do not blow up my things. No.
We'll have to agree to disagree for now, Catherine, and we can have this conversation later.
The status of our trust is unknown. No. Flip! Oh. Pixel. My true hero. I saw the
It still
effort.
kind of worked.
I
It
saw
kinda
the
worked.
effort.
I tried.
It kind of worked.
Evil, man. Evil. Flip! I'm gonna beat you up. Your empire is going down.
Yeah, so after the chase began and people started letting off explosives, I decided to get out of there pretty quickly. I had done what I could, but in the meantime, I felt like I hadn't quite fulfilled my obligation to Catherine, and maybe I hadn't quite understood that I was supposed to die and give her my head as part of our trust exercise. So instead, I returned to the fountain and gave maybe what you could call a surrogate head of the Wandering Trader, since the Copper King's outfit lately has been the Wandering Trader's outfit. So I decided to add that and a pretty rare Ravager head to my tribute along with the Golden Apple, and hopefully that would do for House Blossom. Just so that Catherine understood why the extra heads were there, I decided to maybe revive one of the trees that I had noticed floating in her village, and attached a book to it which would hopefully explain the situation better. Guardian of the Overgrown. Do I trust you? Yes. Would I die for you? Perhaps not yet. But I left a few more heads at the fountain as a sign of trust. The Copper King. And with all that taken care of, I'm now looking at a pretty well-developed storage system. This is the automated portion of it, at least, and don't worry about the water buckets. I've got 5 blocks in between all of these redstone circuits so that the water never quite touches any of them. But here, we have a ring of honey blocks around the outside. There's actually guiding the items as they get spat out along the edges of these hoppers, if they get that far, because each of these segments here is going to be bulk storage for some resources that I'll be using throughout the season, and of course, what I'll be using probably the most is sand and sandstone, so I actually have about 5 storage silos for each of those, which haven't even gotten close to filling up the first chest yet, but there's still bits and pieces of like junk and stuff that's in each of these that needs sorting out, which is where the circuit at the top of there comes in. This is a shulker box unloading circuit that I've used a couple of times in the past. It was built at the museum on my survival guide world. Basically, this shulker box is currently unloading its entire contents, which you can't see because dispensers always dispense shulker boxes facing a certain direction, and it makes it kind of difficult to open them if they're not placed that way by a player. But either way, that's now emptying all the sand from some of the chests inside of my starter house into the system. They're all going into the hoppers down there. A comparator behind the shulker box detects that it has contents. Once it no longer does, this observer gets lowered back into place. It pulses the circuit once, destroying that shulker box and emptying it into this chest here. And then the dispenser over the top replaces the shulker box with any that we've put into the system, like this one, which is once again full of more sand. And slowly but surely, all the sand I own gets emptied into this system, and we can do the same for all of the bulk resources I plan on using. And that includes sand and sandstone. It also includes blocks of honeycomb, which I've already gathered quite a lot of, and I expect we'll get more. We also have storage in here for the honeycombs themselves, because I will need those for candles, for trading, for waxing copper. It's going to be good to have a bulk supply of those. Next to those, between the two, we actually have one for honey blocks, which hasn't been filled in yet, but will be. And then I'm not quite sure what's going to go in these last 2 chests, but I have a couple of inklings right now. We'll see how much I'm able to gather of certain materials. But over here, we're going to have stuff for oak, birch, spruce, jungle, dark oak, and acacia. We're also going to have 2 for the warped woods, and then I think here and here was going to be best to have some cobblestone and stone supply, because even though I'm not building with a bunch of those, I will probably acquire a lot of them over the course of the series, and stone and cobblestone are obviously useful for building redstone components and a variety of other things, so it's nice to have those. Next up on this wall, we have dirt, moss, and a few other dirt variant type things like gravel. We're going to have grass in here as well, and we'll probably put another chest of something here. And the cool thing about this system is that the water loops all the way around and continues where it left off. So on occasion, I've noticed, maybe because of the honey blocks or just because of the way items work, the items tend to group together, and in the past they have gone past the hoppers they were intended for and continued around the water streams. Now, obviously, if a water stream is a complete circle like this, it can continue in a circle, and that way the items always make it back to the hoppers they are intended for. Still not entirely sure what we're going to fill out this corner with, but like I said, I have some ideas about what I might need to store in bulk, and hopefully we'll be able to fill in this upstairs floor here with manual storage for basically everything else, and finally clear out this house. So while that's ticking away, I decided I should get up to a bit more mischief, because I have had a bunch of deep slate redstone, or 80 blocks of deep slate redstone ore, sitting in my chests waiting for fWhip to come over and collect them. And fWhip has not come to collect, as far as I can tell, so I feel like I should deliver those to him. But seeing as he's clearly the one who's left a full trap in my base recently, I figure we should deliver them to him in a way that he's not going to like so much. In fact, I'm going to make him destroy these. We're going to need some pressure plates, we're going to need some observers, we're going to need a bunch of tinted glass, and I'm going to need to visit my Fletchers. So this place is now well and truly trapped. And I'm not going to tell you how, because I have a feeling people are just going to snitch on me again. And this one, honestly, is small enough that I feel like it could be ruined quite easily. So we'll see. We'll see what fWhip feels about it when he comes home. But I think I'm going to just spend a little bit more time peacefully working on my storage system and seeing how this pans out. And maybe, just maybe, if it pays off, then you'll get to see that in the next episode. Time for a quick progress update. This thing is finally looking close enough to where I want it, and we got some more supplies ticking down into the system in the form of stone and cobblestone, a few other things that I'm finally moving out of there. I had to move this whole system one block back because having a solid block there or on the block next door meant that some of the items were sticking once they got to this point, because of course the hitbox of the honey blocks allows them to sit on the edge between those two blocks, but unfortunately they were colliding with the target block that was powering this dropper clock. So I actually had to move that whole circuit one block back and just start the water stream in there, but that's actually giving them enough room for the items to go all the way around the system, which they do without needing any kind of ice blocks underneath the areas that don't have hoppers. It all seems to progress pretty smoothly. And of course up here I've got walls of chests at this point that I can use for whatever items come my way. I'm not sure quite how much of this storage I'm eventually going to need, because we're working with a fairly limited block palette here anyway, but I feel like we at least have the room to dump all of that junk if we need to. And downstairs is actually looking a lot more lush thanks to the addition of some of these moss walls. I decided to put copper and moss together like this in a kind of, I don't know, I've seen decorative walls that have greenery and this kind of tarnished copper together, and I think that looks pretty good. But we've got these walls of chests that are, of course, our bulk storage, and now I decided I wasn't really sure how to label these, because I don't really like to leave blocks kind of in the floor, and obviously right here we've got a corner where you don't know which block is going to occupy this space if we're kind of color coding this stuff. I didn't really want to lean on item frames for this, but honestly item frames seemed like the best option considering that we have a mix of items and blocks here. And in the end, I decided not to put them on the chests or the hoppers themselves, because I like to be able to click on stuff and not have the item frame constantly rotate the item when I'm trying to open a chest. So instead, I discovered almost by accident that the item frames sit on top of the chests like that, and I kind of feel like that's okay. I can at least see where everything is as I'm coming down the stairs in the center here, and I quite like the sort of stairwell that we have leading off in different directions. It sort of has a ziggurat kind of feel from down here, and I'm thinking I need to go and pay Joey Graceffa a visit at some point, because that's that's kind of his deal on the server right now. So we'll see what he's got going on and if I can maybe pick up a few building tips that way. But you know what, folks, I am going to leave it there for today. I really want to get more done on this, but it is such a large build, and I'm still kind of in the concept stages of some of the stuff I'm doing here. Like the roof, I really want to have trays of water up here along with a bunch of overhanging foliage. Once again, going with kind of like a hanging gardens vibe for the whole thing, but it's still coming together in the creative copy of the world that I have, and still coming together a little bit in my head as well. I think I might need to look up some more inspiration, reference material and that kind of stuff for this build before it really starts to shine for me. But most importantly, the functional stuff is all here already, and I really like the way it's all turned out so far. So for now, that's going to be it from me. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Empires SMP. My name has been Pixlriffs. Please don't forget to leave a like on this episode if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.